In this tutorial, we are going to add eye blink to our character. As you can see, we have front vectored model of our character, which we had done in our first tutorial. First, we need to increase our time frame to do our animation. We increase our time frame to 2 seconds, which is 50 frames. We do this by selecting the frame 50 and pressing the F5 key on the keyboard to increase frames. Using the shortcuts will save the time. Please learn to use the shortcuts. We enter the symbols and increase the frames again for all the layers using the F5 key as done earlier. We need to put the exact time frame in all the symbols, otherwise the animation will not play. We enter the head symbols and increase the frames till frame 50. We will add blink to the right eye first, so we enter the right symbol. We again increase the frames here using the F5 key. We have 3 layers on the first layer in the bottom. We have our eyes shapes without the outline. On the layer named pupil, we have pupil symbol, and on the top layer we have our outline of the eye. We have kept the outline on a separate layer because we are going to mask the blink layer, and for that we need to keep the outline separately on the top. We add a layer above the pupil layer as seen in the video. We draw the rectangle using the rectangle tool. We increase the line thickness to 2, which is used in all the parts of the character. Using the selection tool, we modify the shape of the rectangle slightly as seen in the video. We add a keyframe on the rectangle layer on frame 10 using F6. We again add keyframe on frame 16 using the F6. On this frame, we move our shape down using the arrow keys. We also curve the bottom line as seen in the video using the selection tool. We select the frames in between, right-click and click on the Create Shape Tween from the menu. Please follow the video. We can see that our shape moves to cover the eye. Now we need to open the eye, so we add another keyframe on the frame 20 using F6. We select our first frame and holding down the Alt key, we drag it to the frame 26. We can see that a keyframe is added after doing this. We again select the frame in between, right-click and select Create Shape Tween from the menu. We can see that our blink shape has areas which we don't want to see. We need to set the blink inside the eye area of the eyeball. So we add a new layer above the blink shape layer. We select the first frame of the eyeball. Holding the Alt key, we drag it to the newly added layer. We can see that the eye shape is copied to the new layer. We right-click on the new layer and select Mask option. Now we can see that the area out of the eye shape is not visible. That is how Mask tool works. Now to add more life to the eye blink, we will move the pupil down slightly as the eye starts the blink. We add a keyframe on frame 10 and 14 using F6. On frame 14, we move the pupil down using the arrow keys. We select the frame's eye between right-click and click on Create Classic Tween. We again add keyframe on frame 20 and copy the first keyframe on frame 24, holding down the Alt key. We again add classic tween here. Please see the video and follow. We come out of the symbol and do the same for the other eye. We draw a rectangle using the rectangle tool. We modify it as seen using the selection tool. We add keyframes on the same frame as we had added inside the right eye symbol. We move the shapes as seen on the keyframe 16. We add shape tween in between the two keyframes. We then add keyframes on frame 20 and we copy the first keyframe on frame 26 holding down the Alt key. We add shape tween between two keyframes. We add a new layer above the blink layer. We copy the eye shape from the bottom layer to the newly added layer. We right click and select mask. We then add keyframes to the pupil layer as seen and move the pupil down. We copy the first frame and apply the classic tween. This is how we animate the eye blink to any character in Adobe Animate.